See, it took me a long time to be able to look into the mirror and finally say, I like what I see now, and I believe in myself. But that confidence level doesn't come easy. And it didn't come easy for me. But this class helps people get to that point. So we meet once a week for 2.5 hours. And it's not a straight 2.5 hours. It's not a lecture. It's interactive. Everybody shares in the program. The 2 leaders that you have facilitate it. They bring up the subjects and the activities that we talk about. We break it down because it's all about us and it's the things that we do every day. And we all share in it. We discuss what works for us and what can help the other individual. We all help each other. Now, what are the subjects we talk about? Well, we talk about medication. Not the point of breaking down good medication, bad medication, but what does medication mean to us? It's a big part of our lives. How do we remember to take it? How can we learn about the medication? Why do we go to the same pharmacist? It's for our benefit. How can we benefit from medication? And when we make changes, what is our responsibility? Okay. We talk about using our mind because dealing with changes and dealing with a chronic illness, our minds can do some pretty tough things on us, and it can be hard on us. But we can also utilize our mind and utilize our thoughts to help us. So we learn how to benefit with our mind and use our mind for us to help us. Of course, we talk about things that we do every day for ourselves. We talk about exercise. We don't have an exercise class. We don't get up from our chairs, but what's the value of it? What's the value of physical activity? Doesn't always classify as exercise. The ability to still make your bed. Some of us don't want to do that anymore, but it's the ability to make our bed. Doing dishes is a chore around the house, sure, but some of us can't do it anymore, but we would like to do it. Or pulling that glass down from the top shelf is a lot tougher now than maybe it was a year ago or 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Physical activities in our home. How do we get around that? How can we work with that? We talk about other symptoms that we deal with. We talk about symptoms like pain. We talk about fatigue. And I know all of you are sitting here saying, okay, I got both of those. Of course we do. Dealing with a chronic illness, you do. That's part of our life every day. But how can we work with that? How can we work with our pain and our fatigue every day? Talk about things like healthy eating. I know you watch it on TV all the time, but you know, we can eat healthier for ourselves. Because sometimes it's our medication, sometimes it's our illness, whatever it may be. It helps us to know about ourselves. And we talk about things like communication. Now, no, I'm not going to help you use your cell phone, how to turn it on and off, and I'm not going to help you with your computer. That's not the communication I'm talking about. But when we have a need to discuss how we feel, when we have a need to discuss our illness with our kids, with our spouse, with the people who care about us, it's important to know how to do that. And it's important for the benefit of us. When we need to when we have our time with our physicians, because there's a great relationship now between us and our physicians, isn't it? We need them. How can we maximize the time with our physician? That type of communication. Helping us. That's not being selfish. That's being proactive. It's being self-managers. It's us doing for us. The other thing we talk about in this class, we discuss it, because it's something that a lot of us don't talk about, but it's probably the hardest thing to talk about, is our emotions. I have the toughest time with that. Admitting that I feel emotional at times. I have fear, I have worry, I have concerns, I have frustration. Sometimes it's no fun at home anymore. And and those emotions are tough to deal with. Well, you know, it's tough for all of us. But we don't want to hide them under a rug. We want to deal with them. We want to do something about it. We want to learn to express our emotions and help ourselves through this. Those are just some of the activities we talk about. And there's many, many, many more. But as you can see, those are things we deal with every day. They're not special to, actually, they're not special to anybody. They're special if you have a chronic illness or if you don't. So who can benefit from this? What chronic illness helps the most? All of them. All of them. And I'll tell you why. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have Parkinson's, if you have post-polio syndrome, if you have heart disease or cancer or multiple sclerosis or arthritis or diabetes. All of those chronic illnesses are in very similar categories when you're talking about symptoms. Because, you know, we share the same symptoms. When I mentioned before pain and fatigue, a lot of people shook their heads, yes. So that is the benefit of the program. It can help us all. Chronic illness comes with symptoms. And if we can learn how to work with our symptoms, together to work with our symptoms, to get better at it, then we become winners again. And we want to believe in ourselves in that frame. As I was going through my adjustments and dealing with a chronic illness, and all of my changes may have been giving up my business, not ready to do it, changing my home, changing my activities, not being, for a while there I wasn't as social as I maybe should have been or wanted to be. I just didn't want to be. It was like my life was leaving on a cloud, and I couldn't grab it. Well, you know, I know that sounds magical in a sense, but this workshop, this program, helps us go out and grab some of that life back. It helps us have the confidence level and the positive approach we need to do some of the things we want to do. Maybe we bring that knitting back out of the drawer because we haven't done it for a while. Maybe we join that card club that we've given up on for a while. Maybe we start socializing with friends more. Maybe we start attending certain programs that we haven't attended for a while because, you know, I can do this. Maybe I got to plan a little different. Maybe I have to look at it a little differently. Maybe there are things I can do more for myself. All I have to do is believe in myself and do it. That self-confidence is out there. And it's also in us. Sometimes we just have to find it. And we will find it. We can find it. The 6 weeks we spent together working this workshop, this program, the living well with chronic conditions, touching on all of these things in our life that we touch on, all of these things that affect us, makes a difference when we talk about it. It makes a difference when we want to do something about it. All of you are here today to learn more about your condition. And you're here today to share with others and learn from others. You started already. You are self-managers. You want to do something about it. You're not staying home and letting your condition control you. You are here because you want to learn how to do things in your life so you can control it. And I salute all of you for doing that. That is marvelous. That is the start. Your next step, I'm going to ask you passionately, is to consider getting involved and joining one of these workshops. The Living Well with Chronic Conditions. And I tell you, I guarantee you, the 15 hours you spend will be the best time you spend for yourselves. Because as much as many of us are very fortunate and very blessed to have people in our lives that they can help us and do for us, and they're there for us. The most important person we have in our life is us. And it starts there. It starts believing in ourselves and doing for ourselves. And this program helps us do that. See, we can do two things. When you have a chronic illness, you can either be a passive manager, none of you are passive managers here, or an active manager. I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to get actively involved in my life. I'm going to do something about it. This program will do that. You can reach out for yourself and gain some skills and some tools to bring some of that life back. And again, as I told you before, I've taught this class to hundreds of individuals. And the testimonials from them range from, well, it was worth my time, I got a little bit out of it, to people I still talk to today to say, Harvey, it changed my life. It turned on the light, and it's made a difference in my life. Thank you so much. That's where I find my energy. That's why I'm doing this, because you see, I'm a volunteer. I volunteer for this because it's so important for so many out there that need this program, that could use this program. I'm willing to give up my time and my effort, my strength to do this. So I am telling you, I'm asking you to please consider this program. Put the time aside for yourself. It will make a difference in your life. Even if just a little, it's something. And for some of you, a lot. For some of you, a lot. I thank you for your time, and I wish all of you good health. But remember, when you look in your mirror, I want you to believe and really like what you see. And I think we can help you do that. Thanks very much. Have a great day.